Welcome to the South Campus Show, everyone. It is the Christmas season. You were just looking at the manger scene here in the historic church at St. Victoria. This manger scene was constructed by parishioner Ray Schmieg back in 1953. That's right. The birch was taken from what is now Deer Run, a plot of land where Ray Schmieg grew up on a farm. And the pastor at that time, Father Bernardine, asked if he'd put together a manger scene for the church for Christmas. And this is what he did, and the thing is still standing. How about that? And we're still using it all these years later. And happen to have with us a number of the Schmiegs. There's 13 of them. We got 3 here this morning. Steve Schmieg, Barb Roddy, Bob Schmieg. Welcome to the South Campus Show, guys. By the way, Steve, just to start, because you did name your family, the 13 in order. I want to get this straight.
Okay, so it starts out with Ray and Franny, Linda, Steve, Bob, Wayne, Mary, Joanne, Barb, Rita, Tom, Greg, Connie, Cindy, and Tracy.
That is awesome. So, know them all. You guys, so do you remember this? You don't remember your dad building this?
We don't.
But
We think he probably built it maybe after we were born, but before we knew anything or remembered anything.
Right. And this Sue Orson in the Gazette wrote about this back in 2002. You know, that's how I got some of the facts on that. But tell me about your folks, because I used to go ride my bike down there and have dinner with them. And your mom had the best pickles.
Pickles.
Salad.
Cucumber salad.
Pickled cucumbers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's amazing. They tell me about the house was just a basement. Can't believe that. With 13 kids. How'd you do that, Barb? How did that work out?
I was, Mom and Dad lived in what is now Joe and Gendro's house. And when I was born in 1957, right after I was born, I believe they built a basement to the house that is there today. And then there were 9 of us living in that basement
At that time.
until 1963, so for 5 years.
Okay. And then the ground floor was constructed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was when Greg was born.
Yeah, he was in the hospital
Okay.
with Mom,
Yeah.
and when she came home, the house was the upper stories.
They had an upper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And so the house was complete at that time. But
Not everything, not the very upstairs wasn't.
okay, so the upstairs. So,
Yeah.
but how did you fit all 15 of you, counting your parents, in that house? What was the arrangement there?
Well, the 5 boys slept in one bedroom, small bedroom, and there was always one in the crib.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was in Mom and Dad's room.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
6 girls, 7 girls slept in one bedroom.
So
A bunk bed,
bunk
upper
bed.
and a lower,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a big bed.
Okay.
It's
I
tight.
bet the girls all got along. The guys went in once they went.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, and then the other thing, we got our church bells. We still have church bells ringing at 7:45 every morning, and then at noon, and at 6:00 and so forth. We didn't have electric stuff. You guys did it. Do I get that straight?
Yeah. We did
Steve?
it. We would do it at noon and 6:00, and then Saturday nights at 6. There was 3 of us that had to come up because we rang all the bells on a Saturday night.
Okay. Wow. So, who was that? Who rang the bells?
Well, Bob, Wayne,
Yeah.
girls did.
Yeah,
And,
everybody did.
Dad came, on
Yeah.
Saturday nights. I
Okay.
remember.
All right.
Yeah.
So with 15 of you, you could spread it around, right? Right.
Well, Father Sam did pay us to to ring them.
A whopping salary, I'm sure.
Yeah,
So
it was-
Father
it was
Sam
huge.
was
I think we got $10 a month or something.
It's fine.
Wow.
$5.
$5 a month. Kind of like a paper office.
Yeah.
I mean, throw papers. I'm told this may not be accurate. Folklore says that when a member of the parish died, they ring the bells for the number of
Told
For their
bells.
age.
For the number of years, yep.
Yeah, we told the bells.
You told the bells. What if you lost track and you thought it was someone else? Or you didn't know how old they were? Like what?
Yeah.
Well, I think we had to say a Hail Mary in between each ring.
Yeah.
Okay. Spread it
Yeah.
out so they could
Yeah.
count. All right, 1, 2, 3. Lose track. So, do you remember the priest growing up? There was Father Sam. Which one? Tell me about there's Father Sam and then Father Simon.
I remember Father Clement, first of all.
Okay, before Father Sam.
Before Father Sam. And I remember, every Sunday we'd come up for devotions in the afternoon. And one Sunday he didn't have any altar boys. So he actually called me up, and I was either 5, maybe 6 years old. And that was my first time I served. So.
Wow. We start them at 4th grade, but 5 or 6, that's pretty young.
Yeah.
Pretty young.
I started when I was in 2nd grade.
Okay.
With Father Sam.
Father Sam. Now I understand about Father Sam. Good man, but you didn't want to not get it right with Father Sam.
Very true.
He was strong on discipline, maybe a disciplinarian.
Very.
Yeah. Take in from the playground if they heard a naughty word coming out of someone's mouth. My gosh.
I can tell you a story about that if you
Yeah?
want to hear it.
Yeah.
I probably won't mention a name, but one of the boys one day, Father Sam heard him use some bad language, and it was in the wintertime. And Father Sam, he made him go to confession right away, and then his penance was to take 2 pails of snow and walk around one whole recess, carrying them around.
That's creative.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. And they also didn't have plows. And I mean, like the winter of '65, it's still legendary.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, the floods came after in the spring. Remember that? But how about the shoveling? How did that get done? The parking lot. Bob.
Well,
Well,
parking lot.
Parking lot. I don't know who did that, but
Yeah, I don't remember.
we just did the sidewalks all the time.
Okay.
We had to shovel and sweep them.
Mm.
Sweep after we shoveled. And,
Okay.
it was
Make 'em-
it's a lot of work. The Caspers, I think, were the janitors back then.
Okay.
Tony Caspers.
Yeah.
And his family helped too. So yeah, there was a lot of us that shoveled.
Wow. Wow. But Barb, in those days, girls didn't serve. Not fair, but I think you would have been a mass server for sure. What are some of the other memories that you have, St. Victoria, growing up?
One I was just asking my brothers was when this part was put in the church, Father Din was here.
Okay.
And he had 2, I think they were his server, altar, and friends from back in St. Louis, Missouri. And he brought them up here, or they came up for a week to visit him. And of course, several of our guardian angels, or grade school, I think we might have been freshmen in high school, met those 2 boys, so they were fishing on the dock for catfish. And we entertained them for the whole week. And last week I still get a card every year from him. So I'm thinking it's close to 50 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Barbara had the hots for him. But
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Keep the communication going. There you go.
He's very brief. He says, "Merry Christmas. Love to all your family," or something,
But that connection goes on. It's wonderful. So, so how big was the parish back growing up when you were growing up?
I remember the sign out on Highway 5 by the bridge was 313 or something like that.
And I remember it being 973 or something like that. I don't know what years.
And when I came here, it said 2,100,
Okay. And now
and
it's
it's 10,000.
10,000.
Yeah.
So I got in at the tail end of the old days, I'd like to think. And just downtown, I'm thinking, so, in the parish, I'm sure everybody knew everybody, pretty
Yes.
much. and Dale Carroll was the first Irish family to move in. That's so he says in this German area. But downtown, Leo's, of course, the bar, and Noterman's,
Noterman's store.
Noterman's store.
the general store.
Yeah.
Katie's butcher shop,
Okay.
lumber
Barber
yard.
shop in between those two. And Tuffy's. When it
Tuffy's.
wasn't Tuffy's back then. It was
Bowls.
Bowls.
Bowls when we first started.
So that was like your diner? You go in?
No, it's just a bar.
A bar. Just a bar, okay.
The
Let's not
cafe
fool
was-
around. Okay.
Banner was his only cafe.
The
I don't think
cafe.
I ever went in there except to get ice cream
Okay.
on a Sunday afternoon.
And then the famous Victoria House came later in
Yes.
1989. How do I know it? They had a sign
Yeah.
established 1989. But Barb and half her sisters were waitresses there. And those are good
Almost
days.
30 years.
Well, I'll tell you what. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks to your parents for all they did. They mowed the cemetery for 38 years, longer probably, and shoveled and did everything else, and contributed greatly to the parish as you folks have today, with a slightly bigger parish. But the heritage is here, and you're a big part of it. Thanks for being part of it. Last question. Snowiest winter you ever remember in Victoria?
Well, I think it had to be 65. I think we had the most snow that year
Yeah.
because of the
I
flood.
remember shoveling like,
Yeah.
at least once a week for 5 or 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when we lived in the basement, we only had cellar doors to get out.
You
So
could-
we
you
were
could
just
see
talking
that.
the other day, how did we get out if it was,
I
did somebody have
remember
to come and shovel us out?
One year, it was so bad that Mom and Dad couldn't open the doors. Both of them went, so Dad had to crawl out the window and shut and shovel the doors off in order to get in or get out.
Yeah. That's being locked in by snow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, thanks for taking
Thank
some
you,
time.
Father.
Thank you, Father.
This is
for
great.
inviting us.
Thanks for being part of St. Victoria all these years. Your Schmiegs, Details, and on it goes. And now the rest that have come since. Thanks, everyone. A little bit of St. Victoria history, heard straight from the Schmiegs. Living history, they're part of it. Thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year. We're going to keep this going. See you soon. God bless.